High Vibe Nation is live. Welcome to the High Vibe Nation, where we have set out to raise the vibration of every human being on the planet. Your hosts on this journey are Sherry Gideons and Pamela Aubrey. So let's join them now in their current interview with a high-vibing individual.
Hello and welcome to the High Vibe Nation, the number one positive media show focused on raising the vibe of the planet. A space for you to remember the power within you. It's a love revolution. I'm your host, Sherry Gideons, and this is my co-hosts, Pamela Aubrey and Kat Hill from the Kat Hill Band. And this is Wednesday night's Higher Love Talk and Tunes. Get ready for an awesome time.
Welcome, everyone. Light up those lighters.
We're going to raise your vibration with some tunes and talk. Who's ready to rock?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Woohoo!
All right.
We know you have some amazing tunes. I'm going to share this out. Let's get some people on board. Share with your friends, you guys.
Yes.
Let's have some fun tonight.
So, Sherry, is your nice Led Zeppelin t-shirt?
I know, you like that? Led Zeppelin. There we go. Led Zeppelin.
Did you ever see the band Led Zeppelin?
Not in person, but boy, was I a Led Zeppelin fan. Loved. Well, and still do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to be here.
Yes.
Great to be here with you.
So what are we going to play first?
Well, this first song to get us started here. I feel like songs are like prayers. To me, that's what they are in my life. You know, it's like when you're driving in the car, you turn on a certain song, all of a sudden the lyric speaks to you and it's just like what you needed to hear, right?
Right.
So to me, I feel like songs are prayers, and this song is called The Prayer of a Song. So. I want to touch a life, open up a closed mind, use my time to change a heart, mend a broken way, help an old sinner think, show the weak just how strong they are. That's the prayer of a song. Born in the middle of the night, it can call the angels down, turn this world around. That's the prayer of a song. I want to tear down walls, make that runaway call, help a father to forgive. I want to start the dance, sing about a second chance, be the soundtrack for happiness. That's the prayer of a song. Born in the middle of the night, you can call the angels down, turn this world around. That's the prayer of a song. Bless my words and music. Give me a voice to use it. That's the prayer of a song. Born in the middle of the night, you can call the angels down, turn this world around. That's the prayer of a song. If you hang on every word, you're the lucky one who's heard the prayer of a song.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
I feel like with that song too, it speaks to what songs do, but also what we hope to do with our lives, lift each other up, right?
Absolutely.
It speaks to me too because, like so many of us, we get busy with life and we go day in and day out, and we're not listening to the things that are speaking to us. And for myself, I went through a struggling time in my life, and I woke up one day and suddenly and I heard the music that was speaking to me as if it was speaking to me directly about my life. And it was so interesting how it was like almost like turning the dial up and changing the station in myself. And all of a sudden I heard that antenna reached out and music came to me at a totally different level. So it was I mean, the memories of it are just so amazing to me.
Oh wow. Do you mean that you kind of tuned into what was speaking to you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was so interesting the way I did tune into it because it was like there was a shift in me. And then I finally heard the words speak to me as if they were speaking directly to me. And I'd heard some of the songs so many times, but then all of a sudden I changed. And then those words were speaking to me directly.
Wow. What changed within yourself that enabled you to receive the message?
I had my near-death experience. I was seeking at that point. I was asking questions in myself, and I was asking the questions like, why am I here? What am I meant to do? And, is this all there is to life? Is pain and suffering and challenge? And as I began to ask those questions more and more, the music began to show up. Like one of the songs that happened to show up quite often was The Hero. And every rendition of the Hero song, like Mariah Carey's rendition of The Hero, and there's this very well-known kind of Indian version of The Hero, and it started speaking to me. And then, of course, even like the Scorpions, Send Me an Angel. That song.
An angel.
Yeah.
Going right now. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sometimes doesn't it feel like the universe is always talking to you, but sometimes you just, for me, sometimes I'm like, was that really for me? Like it's recognizing too that it's talking to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
And I think music is really like the stories of our lives. And, there's so many reoccurring themes that so many of us have.
Yeah.
What? Check these out. How great are these?
And I got my Led Zeppelin shirt on, Ken.
Counts is in the mail. Well, close. But yeah, I mean, I think, that's why it brings us together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it speaks.
Because it's really the stories of our lives.
Yeah.
And so many of the themes are so shared across, it doesn't matter, like race, sex, there's no differences in the essence of humanity.
Right on. Yeah. And then I find too, it speaks, says what you don't know how to say yourself a lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of connection and humanity, I remember I was at when you're at a show and then you're just surrounded by everybody digging the same, I remember, speaking of rock and roll and music, like Bob Seger, I was at a Bob Seger show, and during the encore he played Against the Wind. I remember just standing there and all these people like, what in the hell is better than this, But,
Yes, exactly.
So,
It gives me chills just you saying that.
really? Right on.
Me too. Well, and you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of the unity of appreciation in the moment. And you're just loving the people you're with in the moment, and you're just vibing to the music like, this is awesome. This is good.
Yeah, and just I think we're like connection and the making you feel like you're not alone, and music does that. Are you ready for another one?
We're ready.
Definitely.
Play my electric.
Ooh, love it. She's got the electric one out this time.
Nice.
Speaks to your T-shirt there.
Yeah.
That's right.
You'll know this one. Can you hear it okay? Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old. I like that old time rock and roll. Won't go to hear and play a tango. I'd rather hear some blues or funky old soul. There's only one sure way to get me to go. Stop playing old time rock and roll. Call me a relic, call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old. I like that old time rock and roll.
That was fun.
Love it.
Get those lighters out.
A little bit of trivia. That was a top 40 jukebox single of all time in 1996, and it was released in 1978.
1996. No kidding.
I wasn't even born yet in 1978, but I feel like the message, I dig it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what, you guys? The 70s were awesome. I mean, I told Kat the 70s for me, I was into rock and roll and disco. And Soul Train was the show. Every Saturday morning, we were, like literally doing the hustle and up and down dancing and
Oh my God.
just freaking having a good time.
Good times. So I have a little, I found this rock and roll trivia deck. Are you up for a little rock and roll trivia?
Let's do it.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Come on, you guys, answer in the chat. Kat's doing
Yeah.
this rock and roll
Okay.
trivia. You guys answer.
Welcome to this edition of Rock and Roll Trivia. The winner of the rock and roll trivia question gets a thumbs up.
We'll light the lighters for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Which of the following artists had the most 1970s top 10 hit singles in the US? A, ABBA, B, the Bee Gees, C, the Eagles, or D, Michael Jackson?
I'm going to have to go with Michael Jackson.
I put B, the Bee Gees.
Probably before Michael Jackson's time a little
The
bit.
answer is B for the Bee Gees. Thanks to a little rock and roll trivia here. Thanks to the disco craze, the Bee Gees were the most successful group in the 1970s with 9 #1 singles, 4 more than the Eagles, and they began their decade with the #1 hit, "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?"
Yep,
Right on.
I remember Lawrence Welk too, Robert, and
You
Soul
learn a lot on this
Train.
show. Susan said Eagles. I would have said Eagles second, probably.
Yeah, me too. Second.
Yeah, well, it says 4 more than the runner-up, so Eagles would have been second. And then so they're,
We have a lot of Eagles.
pardon?
We have a lot of people saying Eagles.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Eagles.
Yeah. So the second runner, the runner-up was the Eagles, and it says the Bee Gees began the decade with the #1 hit, "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?" in 1971, followed by "Jive Talkin'" 1975, "You Should Be Dancin'" 1976, But it was their songs for the soundtrack of the 1977 blockbuster film Saturday Night Fever, the best-selling soundtrack of all time that made them disco superstars. There you go.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a little before my time, so.
I can tell by your expression. You're like, okay, I'll do one more for you here. Is that cool?
All right. Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
draw that one on purpose for me?
All right. A little more rock and roll trivia here for you. Here are the birth names of 4 famous 1970s rockers, each of whom adopted a stage name on the way to becoming a rock star. Under what names did they make it big? The first one, A, Reginald Kenneth Dwight. Any ideas? Anybody want to put it in the chat?
Okay, somebody put it in the
Stuff
chat.
out there, you guys.
Do we got it?
There's got to be some trivia buffs out there that know some of this stuff.
So you might be surprised by this one because you'll certainly know this artist. So A, the answer, Reginald Kenneth Dwight, is actually Elton John.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
His adopted name comes from an amalgam of early bandmates, Elton Dean and Long John Baldry. So, I mean, Elton John sounds way cooler, right?
Heck yeah.
So second name, Vincent Damon Fernier. I didn't know this one either, but so that somebody got it.
Susan
All right.
said, oh, wow.
Susan
Yeah,
Duncan, you're
Susan.
rocking on trivia.
Woohoo! Here, light the lighter for Susan.
I was going to say, she's getting the lighter.
Woohoo, Susan! Way to
that?
go.
She knows, she's got it.
Nicely done.
All right, so this guy, so here's, if you can see his name, I don't know. Whoop. So the
Okay.
second one, Vincent Damon Fernier. Since I couldn't, Alice Cooper. So you know,
Wow.
I guess that one.
his stage name was originally the name of his band, but he adopted it as his own and when he went solo. Okay, and the next 2 artists, you will certainly know who they are, but you may not recognize their name. So the next one, David Robert Jones. Anybody know who David Robert Jones would have been?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll give you a clue. The first name is correct. So David Robert Jones, it's David somebody, and I'll say Ziggy Stardust.
Oh,
That was a clue. Come on. Come on, co-hosts. Step it up here.
I can hear it. I can hear it in my head. I just cannot think of.
David Bowie? You know Dave, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I was thinking maybe, but I thought that was like.
Susan said Davy Jones. Susan. Oh, that's great.
All right, I got one more for you, and you'll know who this artist is, but probably not his name. Steve Land Judkins. Steve Land Judkins.
No idea.
This is the final one. I can give you a clue if you need a clue. Do you want a clue?
What's the clue? Give us a clue.
Sure, yeah, give us a clue.
Mon chéri amour, pretty little one that I adore. That's
I know that song, but
I just want to say I love you. Stevie Wonder.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
It's all good, you know. I mean, maybe if this ever happens again, you'll remember this moment and be like, I got this. It's Stevie Wonder. Welcome. Well, that was our edition of 1970s rock and roll trivia.
That was fun. Everybody loved that.
It's a good thing our audience can play this. They're better at it than we are.
You missed rock and roll's trivia, girl.
That's to the audience.
All right. Ready for a tune?
Yep. John said Stevie Wonder in his
Wonder.
way.
You got it. Sweet.
Woo, John Seeley. Here you go, buddy.
Nicely done, John.
Yes.
Way to make us proud.
Robert says he was singing that one.
Oh, nice. Yes, I mean, Stevie Wonder, man. You can't go wrong with Stevie Wonder. So, yeah, we were talking about, speaking of the love revolution, I heard this quote the other day that was somebody had kind of expanded on it, but it was a Maya Angelou quote, and it was like, love who you are, what you do, and how you do it. And I thought that was really cool. And I feel like it fits in with the love revolution, because if everybody loved who they were and loved what they did and how they did it, we would be in a different world. I shouldn't say that, but it would be
It would be a different world. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of which, you just brought up a thought. So I was driving to this event I had to go to this morning, and Marianne Williamson was talking about love and how in every instance, even when you're seeing somebody behaving in a way that's not loving, or even when you're seeing somebody coming at you with maybe anger or judgment or rage or whatever it may be, she says, we're here to individually be from love in ourselves, because you have to bring the dark to the light. Think about that for a second. She said, so you're bringing the dark up to the light. So they're seeing the reflection of the light love through us, because we're only seeing them as that.
Because we're only seeing them as love?
As love. We're only seeing them as love, no matter what.
That actually leads me into a quote I had written down to play before a song that there's a songwriter that I really like named Lucinda Williams. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Yep.
Yeah, and her father was a poet. And I became familiar with this little poem. Do you mind if I read it?
Yes.
It speaks to what you just said. It's called Compassion. And actually, if you have Spotify or you want to check it out, she took this poem of her father's and turned it into a song. But his name was Miller Williams, and he wrote a poem called Compassion. And it says, have compassion for everyone you meet, even if they don't want it. What seems conceit, bad manners, or cynicism is always a sign of things no ears have heard, no eyes have seen. You do not know what wars are going on down there where the spirit meets the bone.
Wow.
So I felt like that segued into what you were saying about you know, come from love, right?
That's right.
Because there's no, because you don't know what wars are going on down where the spirit meets the bone.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Um,
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah. This song is called Find Your Gift. You can hear the guitar okay, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you listen to your heart, you'll know. Might be hidden in the whispers of your soul. They say everybody has one. If you're alive, some people find it when they're younger. For others, it might take a little longer. It's the thing that makes you you. You were born to do in this life. You've got a gift to give. It's the thing that makes you want to live. Gets you out of bed in the morning every day. You gotta give it all you've got. Some call it your gift from God. So if you're 25 or 42, what's the thing that makes you you? Find your gift. And it doesn't even matter what it is, as long as it brings you bliss. Could be baking pies, or could be saving lives, or could be writing songs like this. So whatever it is you've been dreaming about, it's time you finally let it out, 'cause you know what it is. You've got a gift to give. It's the thing that makes you want to live, gets you out of bed in the morning every day. You've gotta give it all you've got. Some call it your gift from God. So if you're 53 or 62 or 81 or 17 or anywhere that's in between, find your gift. Find your gift. Find your gift. And if you listen to your heart, you'll know.
Ah, that was so beautiful.
Love that one.
Thank you.
Wow, touched my heart.
That one's definitely a favorite.
Pardon? Oh, thank you.
That is definitely a favorite.
Any thoughts on that? On like finding your gifts, or I mean, it seems like I've been reading stuff about, finding your purpose in life, and that seems to be one of them, right? Thank you, Clement. I mean,
Well, what a lot of people don't realize is that when we come to the planet, we already know our gifts. We already know that we're limitless and that we are instilled with this amazing love, and that everything that the Creator is, we are. But we forget when we come to the planet because we are born into a family, and we end up taking on the beliefs of, the model behaviors and the conditioned, limiting beliefs of whether it's judgment towards others or maybe even sometimes anger. But what happens is there comes a point in all of our lives where that part of our soul is always showing us glimpses of this magnificence that we are, that we all truly are. And that song is what really spoke to me. It reminded me of the beauty that's within me, of the real me.
yeah. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Sorry, just turning the amp up. That's my prayer for,
Well, so many people love that song, Kat.
Aw,
Resounding affirmation there.
Yep.
Yeah,
thank you so
people
much.
really love it.
That means a lot, that's, to be able to touch people's hearts with a song, it means the world to me. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. We love you dearly.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm honored to be hanging with you on High Love Wednesdays.
Hi, Wednesday. There we go. There we go.
We can hang loose on that. Yeah. I'm gonna play a song that I thought of because Sherry, when you were talking about how your life speaks to you, this song kind of speaks to that, and it's called "Heart of Hearts," and it's kind of that idea that whenever you think you don't know the answer to something, I say think you don't know because apparently we always have our own answers if we can listen, right?
Yep, the inner teacher.
Inner teacher. So this song's about that. It's called Heart of Hearts. In your heart of hearts, there is a voice that speaks from truth, not from choice. It sees it all, not just in part. Lies within your heart of hearts. It's a secret place known to your soul, where you can't hide, but you can't go. When it's all too much and you fall apart, there's a place called your heart of hearts. Just listen to your life, it's talking to you. There'll always be a light that's running through you, coming from a well that never runs dry. When you're at the point, down on your knees, you can find your weakness to be your strength. Where one ends, the other starts. Deep within your heart of hearts, just listen to your life, it's talking to you. There'll always be a light that's running through you, coming from a well that never runs dry. So when you're at the point, down on your knees, you can find your weakness to be your strength. Where one ends, the other starts. Deep within your heart of hearts.
Love that.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
Well, and I've got something else to say about that song.
Let's hear it.
All right. So I mentioned Marianne Williamson, Course of Miracles, and I'm driving to this event this morning and how we're always being spoken to. And one of the things she's bringing up is the idea of free will. And what she said is, she said that we get so caught up and hung up in thinking that we have to push and we have to control and we have to make our lives happen the way that we want them to. She says, but what we don't realize is that when we surrender, and you can call it God, you can call it your higher power, infinite intelligence, the universe, but when we surrender, guess what? We get everything and that. Because she said, it's like that small whisper in your ear, and it's always saying to you, I am here. I've always been here. I always will be here. And all that you need, desire, and want is already so.
What?
Yep.
Lighters up to that.
Lots of stuff.
She said, if we would just surrender our free will. She
How
said,
do-
"Nice.
How do you do that? Like, why do people have a, like when you say that, I know myself when I'm contemplating those ideas, there's this part of me that's like, oh, well, I got to make sure that I, do X, Y, and Z. Like, what's the balance, or what does surrender mean to you, or to both of you?
Well, to me, surrender is being willing to live only in the moments of moments throughout today, because it's in those moments that experiences are showing up. And those experiences are mirroring to you a part of yourself and how you are being within yourself. So if what's showing up doesn't feel good, what do most of us do? We attach to the same energy that's showing up, but we're unconscious or even sometimes aware that when we do attach and behave from that same energy, if it's negative or if it's joyful and loving and positive, when we do, what happens is we pull more of what we are. So in the surrendering idea, it's kind of getting clear about what you really want. What do you want? Joy, happiness, good and greater good, fulfillment. And so when you're being from that energy in surrender, knowing and trusting and allowing God, the universe, to literally bring to you every avenue, channel, and opportunity for wholeness, because that's what God is. The universe is. It's wholeness. And so when we surrender to that, allowing, what do we show? Wholeness, reflection of wholeness in our experiences and our environment.
That sounds amazing. Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
What about you, Pam?
I mean, geez, how to add to that? just being and listening. Being and listening.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's beautiful. Yeah.
May I read a quote that relates to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Since it's our music theme tonight, should we let go of discomfort of situations in that moment to see what unfolds? Let go of discomfort. How I interpret that, Sherry, what you just said too, like being aware of what energy is being reflected to us, is like I've been contemplating the idea of like old stuff, right? Like sometimes it's like, oh, that's an old pattern or whatever, and being willing to not attach to it, I guess is how you put it, right?
Well, don't let it own you and have power over you. So a lot of times we think that we have to look back to heal something in order to move forward. But the clearer we get in the moment with what feels more joyful, what feels more loving, what feels more fulfilling, then instead of connecting to, like, in my case, it was, I struggled with weight. And so I was always, every year dieting or pushing myself to lose weight, and always having the idea that something was wrong with me, or I wasn't good enough unless I could portray, a beautiful body, toned, fit. And so now, instead of looking back at all those parts of me that once were, I look at it now from a place of gratitude. And I realize, holy mackerel, what an amazing, beautiful woman I am inside and out. And I appreciate that part of me. So when it comes up, I thank it. Thank you for showing me that, it's here, but I choose not to give it power anymore. I choose to give it love.
Right on.
Yeah.
Love revelation.
Mm-hmm.
And the more that you like practice that, the more you become love is what I understand too, because you're cultivating a different energy. If I may read a little wisdom from Santana.
Ooh, yes.
A little bit of too, like if he ever comes to your town, I went to see him when he came through Nashville, and like he's somebody that like will make you feel like he will raise your vibration. I'll put it that way. But I opened this book to I went to see him, to a page where I had this, and I feel like it speaks to some of what we're talking about. He says, I used to be very intense, a very intense, compulsive person. I was always angry because my ego had convinced me I was hopeless and worthless. I was playing hide and seek with myself. I remember a long time ago in Mexico, someone asked me, what are you most afraid of? And I told him, disappointing God. Now I realize there's no way I could disappoint God, because this isn't an issue to him. It's only an issue for my ego. And what is an ego except something that thinks it's separate from God? When I could understand that, I was like a snake shedding its skin. The old skin was guilt, shame, judgment, condemnation, fear. The new skin is beauty, elegance, excellence, grace, dignity. And more, I'm learning to bless my contradictions and my fears and transform them. More and more, I want to use my guitar, me too, and my music to invite people to recognize the divinity and light that is their DNA.
Beautiful. Wow. Perfectly said.
So that's
yeah, I love the idea that he brings forth, that we think of ourselves as separate from God. I think that really is ultimately, the idea behind free will, is that we're all a part of God anyway. And so the whole point is that we're here to be who we are. And we were created to be that person for a reason.
Tying that into Marianne Williamson, I remember reading something of her saying that like the embryo becomes a baby, or like a seed becomes a flower. So along with the surrender idea, I try and tell myself to relax with that. I'm still working on that one, but I mean that our nature,
easier said than done.
Our nature will unfold. Pardon, what'd you say, Pam? I didn't.
Easier said than done.
It's a work in progress, but
I say take baby pockets of time, because when you set the intention, yeah, I mean, come on, we're all human. And it's taken me, the last 24 years of working on it day in and day out. And I'm still working on it, but I'm a lot closer than I've ever been before. So I'm very grateful.
Right on. On that note, time for a tune.
Let's do it.
This song speaks to what we were just talking about Go Santana, about self-love, really. And just, it's a song that the idea came from my friend saying that if you could see yourself, he loves it when people could see themselves with the love you hold for them. And so speaking of increasing the love vibration too, I was reading that if you think of someone you love, it actually, they can feel it on an energetic level. So send this out to somebody you love and it'll increase the love vibration out there. So
Yes.
it's called If You Could See You. Looking at you, I gotta say, you're so amazing in so many ways. If you could only see what I can see, then you would have to take it from me. If you could see you through my eyes, you'd see someone with so much beauty inside. You find love that can't be denied. If you could see you, you could see you, you could see you through my eyes. I know you've got your list of reasons, all those things you say you're working on. I gotta tell you, where I sit, you wouldn't find one damn thing wrong. You could see you through my eyes, you see someone with so much beauty inside. You find love that can't be denied. If you could see you, you could see you, you could see you through my eyes. Caterpillar to a butterfly, all angels have wings to fly. So as sure as the sky's blue, deep down you know it's true. If you could see you through my eyes, you'd see someone with so much beauty inside. You'd find love that can't be denied. If you could see, if you could see, you could see you through my eyes. If you could see, you could see you, you could see you through my eyes.
Woo!
Love that.
Thank you. Rock on. You know,
Love it.
That's another one of my favorites right there.
I was thinking about this idea lately of like, well, it's, lately of like, it's the idea of recognizing that we're not separate from God. And it's like you need a software update or something is how I think about it. Like if you imagine like looking at humans like outside of yourself and being like the program's going around rejecting itself, like, like not liking yourself is like, you are yourself. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and if you think about it too, everything in the universe is itty bitty, tiny, teeny particles of light. We're all teeny tiny bodies of light. And so think about it. We're all one. We're all one in this. And so when you talk about separateness, if we could just realize that we're individualized incarnations, individualized spirits of God. The same stuff.
Wow.
We're stardust.
Yeah.
They don't call people rock stars for nothing, right?
Well,
Yes,
now I'll forever hear
love
that.
it.
I'll forever hear that rock star differently now. Like rock stardust, man.
Go Pam!
Yeah.
Rock stardust. So hey, I invite us all to have a little challenge to share a random act of love between now and next week. And so speaking of love revolutions and raising the love vibration, so this song is a invitation to do that. So let's just see
So
what
when you say random acts of love, explain that a little more to our audience. Tell them what you want them to do for the whole week till they see you next.
Well, just do something out of the ordinary in terms of what is ordinary in your day. To like my friend was telling me a story about how he went through a drive-through and I guess some cops ahead of him bought him and his wife whatever they were buying at the drive-through. I'm not suggesting you have to buy anybody anything, but I would just inviting people to do something that makes tell somebody you love them. That's even a random act of love. I mean, it is a random act of love if you haven't told them in a while. Who doesn't like to know they're loved, right? I mean,
Exactly.
That's right.
So yeah, and this song
I love you, Pam and Kat. I love
We love
you.
you too.
too. So yeah, I just invite us to start it. Let's start the random act of kindness trip.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll play this song here. This song will tell you a little bit more too about what a random act of love is. Because when you don't know what to do, you can always do this, There's a preacher and a teacher, a seeker and a friend. I went to talk to him about the trying times we're living in. Brought me in and sat me down. We shared a pot of tea, and in a quiet voice he spoke his words of wisdom to me. Random acts of love, the best you can do. Pay for the meal of the person standing in line behind you. Show a little kindness to everyone you meet. Even if it's just a smile to a stranger on the street. Sometimes the smallest things can cause the biggest change to come. Random acts of love. Random acts of love. Random acts of love. Shine a little hope, say what someone needs to hear. Be the antidote of hatred, the opposite of fear. You can heal the world right where you are. Dare to be the difference, dare to touch a heart. Random acts of love, the best you can do. Pay for the meal of the person standing in line behind you. Show a little kindness to everyone you meet. Even if it's just a smile to a stranger on the street. Sometimes the smallest things can cause the biggest change to come. Random acts of love, 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 random acts of love.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the song. Thank you. The song, like even in the song, it says, a smile to a stranger on the street. You ever notice, like maybe if you're having a day, sometimes somebody just is extra nice to you and out of nowhere, and it just lifts your spirits.
I love that, Glenda. Someone upset asks, "Are you okay?" and ask if they need to talk. That's sweet. Yes.
Yeah.
And even just something simple like hold a door open, right? It doesn't have to be a big thing.
No, it's just like, and I like little things go a long way, So
Definitely.
I feel to just let you know, like, whoa, somebody's paying attention, or somebody noticed I was here. You know?
Well, and like right now, a lot of older people, are like shut in at home or in, long-term care facilities and stuff. And you can send out cards, a lot of these places, you can go online and find places that are letting you send out cards, just something small like that. Or maybe there's someone in your family, that hasn't heard from anyone in a while. Send them a card, give them a phone call, like just something small.
Yeah, right. I hear you.
I love that.
Did you change hats? Pam,
What's that?
did you change hats? You had a costume change?
No, I had to turn my light on behind me though.
Oh, maybe that's it. I was like,
Oh,
Yeah.
you can see her rainbow hat now.
yeah, I was
How
like,
can you see it better? Yes. There.
yeah, like, oh, that's so.
I love it.
So we had a costume change, man. I didn't even notice. Very subtle.
Glenda says old school.
Old school, yeah. That's right. Send an old school card. Snail mail.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea, Pam. I really do. That's so sweet.
So, time for a tune?
Yeah.
With the phone
That's
stuff.
hectic, yeah.
So it was John Lennon's 80th birthday on Friday, or sorry, it would have been John Lennon's 80th birthday.
Yeah.
And this song was written in 1971, and I felt like everyone will know it, and fits with our love. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. You imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You sing along with me on the word. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Someday you'll join us in the world as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Someday you'll join us in the world as one.
It's one of my favorite
So
songs.
beautiful. You can't listen to that song and not feel the energy of it.
I know. I feel the same way. does that to me every time. I've had this song in my head for 2 weeks. Eric Clapton, if you could change the world, I would be the something in your. I don't know it well enough yet, but it's a beautiful song.
I
We
love
have to
it.
get you to play All You Need Is Love.
All you need is love.
Do,
That's
do, do,
good
do, do,
for next time. All you need is love. All you need is love.
do.
Love. Love is all you
Oh,
need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
yeah.
Right on.
uh,
All right. Well, speaking of love,
share some more love with us.
I will. Sing along if you know the words. Gotta. Think about it. There must be higher love down in the heart of hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart, and I'll look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere in this whole world. What's fair? We walk the line and we try to see, falling behind what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Is this higher love I keep thinking of? Worlds are turning and we're just hanging on, facing our fears, standing out there alone, a yearning, and it's real to me. There must be someone who's feeling for me. Things look so bad everywhere in this whole world. What's fair? We walk the line and we try to see, falling behind what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Is this higher love I keep thinking of? Bring me a higher love. Is this higher love I keep thinking of?
All right.
Woo!
Ooh, yeah.
Woohoo! All right.
Gotta get that higher love.
Higher love. Well, it's been a blast. Thank you for
Oh, I
It's been much fun.
Yeah, I love the theme of our new Wednesday evenings. You know, Higher Love Wednesdays, talk and tunes. This has been really special.
I feel the same way. So thank you for that, for help, raising the vibration of my Wednesday night. It's a gift to get to do this with you both. And thank you everyone who's tuning in. And just
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
And yes, thank all of you for being here with us and for sharing these moments, sharing your thoughts and hearts. And it's so much fun to be here with you.
Yeah, I just want to let every one of you know how much we appreciate all of you coming and supporting us every week. And now on Wednesday evenings with our beloved Cat Hill from the Cat Hill Band. Share this out. If this has been inspirational to you and you know it can touch lives, this conversation that we've had tonight and the amazing music of Cat Hill.
Thank you.
And also you can find Cat on the web at www.thatcatheelband.com. She's got amazing stuff on her site, you guys. Not only
Check it out.
Yeah, amazing music and art as well.
Thank you, Sherry.
Yes.
Keep on shining your lights, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All of us. All right, Pam, go ahead and tell our audience how they can reach the High Vibe Nation.
So you can find us on the web at thehighvibenation.com and of course on Facebook at The High Vibe Nation and also on Instagram at The High Vibe Nation.
Awesome. Thank you all and everyone. We come live on Monday evenings at 5:00 p.m. right now, Pacific Standard Time. And then on Wednesdays, same time, Pacific Standard Time right now. And Wednesdays will now, from here on out, be our official Higher Love Wednesdays talk and tunes. So pass this out to your friends and come enjoy the fun with us. Yeah, look at me. I can't get my fingers in the All right.
Peace, love, high vibes, rock on. Join us next week.
I love Wednesdays. That's right.
Wednesdays. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.
From everybody here at the High Vibe Nation, we want to say thank you for choosing to raise your vibration. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe. If you need to find us on the web, check us out at www.thehighvibenation.com. Looking forward to seeing you on the next episode, and keep high vibing.